Hi, and welcome back to PA Harness Week with Heather and Steve. And George Napolitano Jr., who was the leading driver at both Mohegan Sun Pocono Downs and right here at Harris Chester, well, he set an amazing milestone. We caught up with George to talk all about it. George Napolitano Jr., a man who just set a record, a rather unique record. That is, he won 300 races at 2 different tracks on the same day, Mohegan Sun Pocono Downs and Harris Chester. The question is, George, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm always happy. You know, it's been a blessing. I'm very fortunate to, to have great trainers in my life. I got Carmine Fusco at Poconos, and I got Lou Pena here, and both them guys just, they blessed me with so many great horses to drive, and I got some good owners and good friends, and, I got God on my side, and with that, I could get anything done.
Okay, both Pocono Downs, Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs, and Harris Chester, they're both 5/8 mile tracks, and you've been called a 5/8 mile specialist. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, the guy actually called me a freak on the computer, but he said that was in a good way, but I take that as a compliment. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of great drivers out there, and, any day anybody could, do what I'm doing. It's just, you have to have a little luck, and you got to have the horses and the trainers on your side.
Well, you're real gracious. I'm not going to let you go there completely, because you're on a circuit where you're against the very best in the sport doing what you do, which is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a driving colony that we have here. It's just, it's tiring, man. It beats you up. You got great drivers that are here, and, nothing's easy.
So you got to come out every day, and you got to come out firing all your shots because of the competition, right?
Yeah, it's very, very competitive drivers here, and, just I could keep on naming them, Got Timmy, Yannick, Andy, Dave Miller, just all of them are great drivers, and it's, nobody's giving an inch.
Can I bother you to get one of your bobbleheads?
Yeah, I actually don't have a bobblehead, but I do have one in my closet that I hidden. My wife bring home Timmy Tetrick's bobblehead and put it on my countertop, so I get to look at Timmy every day with his little bobblehead. So but it was all fun, and Well, this man needs a bobblehead. George Napolitano Jr. definitely needs himself a bobblehead. Yeah, well, I'll take one if I get it.
Thank you, Georgie Nap. You think he's having a lot of fun this year?
Oh, absolutely. But forget about the milestone. The obvious question would have been, what does he use in his hair? What is the secret hair product?
The same stuff that Mike the Situation on Jersey Shore uses, I would guess. I don't know. Not that I watch the show. But anyway, okay, let's go to Saturday's 9th race at Mohegan Sun Pocono Downs. It was the feature. It was for open handicap pacers with a purse of $24,000. Velos with Tony Morgan was assigned the 8-hole, but the betting public still let him go off at 2-5 odds. Transcending was 5-1 with Matt Cucali, and Drop Dead with Georgie Nap was the 6-1 third choice.
Hello, it's Drop Red.
What she said.
Velos not kidding around up front, setting some mean fractions, has it by a length. Drop Red hanging right with him there at the good trip in the pocket. Special Report is inside third. Transcending first over, hasn't advanced too much there, still 4.5 back. And it's a million pennies inside fifth, waiting for room. Further back, Rusty Tank and Drive All Night. Velos to 3/4, 121-4, 27-2 third panel. Velos with impressive fractions here. Drop Red is right there in the pocket, and now Transcending moving up quickly third. Top of the stretch, Velos with the lead. Drop Red coming after him on the outside, and Drop Red takes over for George Napolitano Jr. Velos has no answers tonight, and Drop Red is going to surprise him here.
Well, how often does Georgie Nap go off at 6-1 and pay $14.20 to win, huh?
Not often.
Not very often, exactly. Drop Red from the 5-hole made the top on a 26-quarter, yielded to Velos, who led from there to the stretch, but then with spaghetti, Drop Red exploded, won it going away in 150 flat. A million pennies closed well to edge Velos for the belly, and now Tuesday's 9th at Mohegan Sun Pocono Downs was the featured trot, and with that, here's Heather.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and here we've got a full field of 9. We've got PJ Clark. He's the favorite. He's already had like 10 wins this year. Love this horse. Grain of Truth has been handicapped with post 9. He's getting a lot of support. And then we've got Jingadoo. It just flows out of my mouth. Jingadoo with the country's leading driver. We've only mentioned him 100 times already in the show.
Georgie Nap.
You got it.
Dinkadoo. Grain of Truth wasn't used too hard there on the front end. He's going to retake. He's going to try to retake from Dinkadoo there. Winning Mister moves back up on the inside third. Outside fourth there, a crown for Lindy McCarthy asking for more. Saving ground, Speed Bomb hoping for room later. Third over Baby Boy Grin. PJ Clark also getting in gear. Grain of Truth slight lead. 3/4, 125 and 4. 28 and 4 third panel. It's Grain of Truth battling it out here with Dinkadoo. Waiting his turn there, winning Mr. Baby Boy Grin. Now firing from further back. Top of the stretch here. Grain of Truth and Dinkadoo continue to battle away. Now winning Mr. in the passing lane is gaining fast. Far outside Baby Boy Grin. Winning Mr.
Winning Mr. driven by David Ingraham never left the pylons, and he comes charging up the Pocono Pike, otherwise known as the passing lane. The race goes in 155 on a cold night in northern Pennsylvania, 39 degrees. Brr, winter's around the corner. Grain of Truth was second. Dinkadoo finished third. Now, the real story here is that winning Mr. goes off at 46-1. Returns $95.80.
A horse I would never have in my life, but maybe you did, and if you did, congratulations. Let's go to race 8 now for condition pacers here at Harris Chester on Halloween Sunday. It was for non-winners of $18,000 in the last 5 starts with a purse of $19,000. Warning Zone with Double D Dan Dubé was the 8-5 chalk. Year of the Dragon with Andy Miller and Straight Shooting with Yannick Gingras were both second choices at 3-1. And with the call, here's James.
Baccarat leads by a length and a half. Noble Falcon is advancing steadily, facing the breeze. He's taken over second from Philos Hanover, who continues to ride the pocket. Mighty Young Joe is locked in, but Year of the Dragon at his flank is gapping his cover. Year of the Dragon now 3.5 lengths off the leaders. Warning Zone has 5 to make up behind stale cover, a joint last with Straight Shooting. 3/4 and 123 and 1, and the field approaches head stretch. Baccarat under pressure. His lead just a neck from the first over Noble Falcon. Philos Hanover's had a perfect pocket ride. He's being chased after to stay on, and Noble Falcon took over at the 16th. Noble Falcon pushes past Baccarat. Noble Falcon prevails.
Well, Noble Falcon with Tim Tetrick came first up, grinded and gutsed it out to the wire, winning in 151 and 3. Just edging Mighty Young Joe with Stacy Kyoto and neck. Philos Hanover 23-1 bomber with Dave Miller got third. The chalk finished fourth. And now for the very next race Sunday, here's Heather.
Yes, this is a winner's over pace, a purse of $28,000. It's actually the feature pace of the week here at Harris Chester. The favorite is Blue Ridge Western, which is like the hardest name for me to enunciate, and I always get the races that this horse is in. It's Blue Ridge Western, not Blue Ridge Western. Anyway, so now he's a favorite again with Tim Tetrick. Riggins returns to Chester after being at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs recently, and then Lucky Better goes to post for the top trainer in the whole country, Ron Burr.
And a half, just 55 and 1 after that 26 and 2 first quarter. So only a 28 and 4 second quarter for Lucky Better, who dictates terms to Riggins inside the 3/8. Martha Maxine's been cut loose up a joint second with Riggins on the outside. Martha Maxine now an outright second, but only by a head from Riggins. Pangiorno is second over. His cover begins to stall in the far turn, and now Callahan moves him 3 wide. Blue Ridge Western's in behind a wall of horses, and Wildred Sam lost touch with the field entirely. 3/4 in 122 and 2. They're in pursuit of Lucky Better inside the 8th pole. Riggins is out for the drive and giving chase. Pangiorno driven to stay on. Up to the line, Lucky Better digging in. Lucky Better and Riggins.
So Lucky Better had a lot of bettors thinking they were lucky, but it was Riggins who gets the trip to win and gets up in the final stride 150 flat with David Miller in the bike, who I'm going to tell you a little bit more about in my News of the Week segment. Little tease there. All right. Now, Lucky Better did put out a good effort. He was second. Third went to Pangiorno.
Wait a minute.
First it's Blue Ridge Western, now it's Pangiorno.
It's Pangiorno.
Okay.
Say it with some Italian flair, babe. Don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to catch up with the voice of Harris Chester, James Witherite, to find out what it's all about to call a harness race. Don't go away.
Mac Hill with Money Cage, Adam's mate.